Hey guys, welcome back to Atreyu Crochet. So I don't know if you remember, but early in the summer, I showed you how to make some floppy hats. I made several, actually. This was, I think, the first video I made, but before the first video, I made this one with the bead cord, which I really like. And then I made another one with these spaces, which can allow the sun to get through and make a nice design when you're wearing your floppy hat outside. I also made this one. Well, I like my floppy hats, but I know some of you prefer a firm, straight brim. And so in today's video, I'm going to show you how to do just that. See how this is all wavy? I'm going to make that perfectly flat. Let's get to it. Things you will need, obviously, a brim that you need to or want to remove the flops out of, okay? Then you're going to need some starch. I'm using this Niagara liquid spray instead of the aerosol spray, but you can use whatever you have or whatever you prefer. You're going to need a towel. I'm going to cover the surface so that when I'm spraying the hat, it does not get on everything, okay? And then a cloth, just to make sure that when you initially apply the iron to the hat, which you have doused in the spray, it doesn't burn. So this will kind of be a buffer until, you know, that liquid is not so much on the surface, okay? And yes, I mentioned it, you're going to need an iron. All right, let's do this. So I'm just going to spread out my towel across my surface. And I'm going to wait until my iron gets hot. While it's getting hot, I'm going to start to douse the areas that I want to be stiffened, the areas where I'm going to actually apply the iron. I'm going to start to spray it with my starch liquid spray, okay? So don't be shy with this, guys. You want it to really be saturated in this spray. And you can spray the top if you want. We're not going to iron up there, but just really make sure that you're getting this nice and saturated. And we want to get both sides as well. So make sure you're also spraying this side. Nice and wet. Okay. Flip it back over and spread it a little bit more because I really want this to have a nice firm hold to it. Okay. And now that I have completely saturated my brim, I'm going to grab my iron. So I have my iron, it's nice and hot. Now I'm going to grab my cloth and I'm just going to lay it over the area that I want to iron, okay, like that. Like I said, this is just to make sure that I don't burn anything with this initial pass, okay. So I'm just, and you can see I don't know if you can see, but the water is the liquid is kind of coming through. It just shows you how truly hot it is. I don't know if you can see that steam either, but yeah, I'm just going to kind of very slowly now go over that area. And then I'm just going to rotate my hat and iron, okay? If you apply your iron directly to the wet surface of the hat, you run the risk of actually burning it. So that's why it's a good idea to have this helpful cloth initially. Okay. So rotate some more. You can already kind of see how this is flattening out. Okay. So just take your time. It's supposed to be a very slow process. You're not really supposed to be in a rush by any means. Okay. After we finish ironing this on both sides, by the way, we will let it sit and let it completely dry. I'm going to work on this side. And do exactly the same thing that I did before with the other side, just to really kind of flatten this out. You guys don't laugh at my iron. I've had this for easily over 20 years. In fact, it's been in my family for over 20 years. So, yeah. But, hey, if it works, if it ain't broke, as they say, don't try to fix it. Don't fix it. So, I'm going to have it for as long as it works, you know. I'm sure irons in this day and age have all the little fancy operations and things and settings and stuff, but yeah, I remember using this when I was in high school. So my mom let me take it when I left home, and yeah, still works. So okay, so that's that side. Now we're gonna go back to this side. You can already kind of see how it's still laying flat. Okay, and we're gonna go one more pass on this side. Once again, just make sure your iron is really hot. Okay, and just work your way around one more time, all the way around. Okay, all right, I've made it back around one more pass with the towel, and I'm gonna apply the iron directly to the brim. Okay, doing the same thing as the last pass, but this time removing the towel, removing the buffer, and ironing the brim directly, now that I feel it's safe to do so. And this will get your brim very firm, very stiff, because you use so much of that spray starch. You just take your time. It's gonna be worth it, you guys. It's gonna look amazing. Alright, so once you're satisfied, you've gotten all the way around, then we're just going to let this sit until it completely dries. Okay? Alright, and I'll check back in to show you the finished product. Alright, so I'm back, and this is pretty much dry, but it still doesn't have the firmness, the stiffness, the hold that I'm looking for. And I was wondering, like, why? Why is it not working? Well, I just noticed, you guys, that if you look there, so that side is soft. I don't know if it's showing up, but that side is soft and that side is crisp. And you see it's in that spot that's closer to the soft. I don't know if they sell the liquid type that gets, you know, a crispier finish, but that would explain why. I thought I got crispier, but clearly I didn't, and clearly not all starches are created equal. So now I'm about to do what I just did on camera before, but I'm going to use this one. It's by Faultless. This is the spray, and you see this is the crisp side, and you see the arrow is there. So this one should yield a much better result. I'll just keep this one for when I'm ironing, you know, shirts and clothes and things, because it, you know, it's nice, but I need something that's gonna like really keep this brow at least decently firm. So let me go through this process again, and then I will check back in once it dries. Alright guys, so my hat is completely dry. It is so flat and stiff to the touch. I lift it up, you can see it's just straight. And this is exactly what I wanted, okay? Alright, so if you have any floppy hats that you don't want to be floppy, then you can use this method to, you know, straighten out that brim. The important thing is that you use a strong enough starch closer to the crispy end of the or crisp end of the spectrum. And yeah, douse the part, the area of the hat in it, and then you know the instructions will tell you what setting to put your iron at, but most likely it's going to be really high. And then use a cloth to go over the first one or two passes, and then once you feel like it's safe to apply that hot iron to the actual hat, then you can remove the towel and work your way around. Okay. Alright guys, hopefully you have enjoyed this video. I know we didn't do any crocheting in it, but I figured this might be something that you guys are interested in. I will leave a link to the tutorial of how to make the sun hat. So that's going to be it for this video, but I will see you in the next one. In the meantime, happy crocheting!